Hello, hello, Virgo, and welcome to Stars with Stasi. This is your weekly reading for March 24th through March 30th, or whenever you come across this message, it's meant for you. I've already shuffled your cards, and let's get started with this week's theme. Now, don't forget, it is a lunar eclipse in Libra on the 24th or 25th to start off this week, depending on where you live. And that's going to happen in your second house. So that's all about your finances, what your possessions, your self-worth, right? Things in the material. We've got 61, whale song resonating, right? So this is generally about you leveling up, you changing, some type of transformation taking place, and then having to evaluate the energies around you, the people, the places where you work, right? How you spend your days and how you generate income. I've got Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Truly the theme for all of the signs. The collective is getting that. Follow your passions, follow your dreams. The Muse, generosity, right? And being naive. So there's something here about having people give to you or you being in a position to give to others. I feel like your money is really going to be in a good place. Justice. This is coming through. If you are waiting, specifically, this is coming through as a workers' comp. If you're waiting for workers' comp claim to settle, I feel like this eclipse season is going to bring about a revelation and also bring about the energy of a settlement more towards like April, mid-April, right? Mercury goes into retrograde on the 1st, but then we've got the solar eclipse on April 8th. So you're going to have clarity after April 8th, probably potential settlement towards the 15th, towards the end of the month 15th. So keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, I was going to say that because it's eclipse season, things are concealed from us. These are fated events. So if the High Priestess shows up, which she just popped out, the Seven of Cups or the Moon card as a clarifier, it means that that information is being concealed. However, because it's a fated event, there's nothing you can do, but we can figure out what kind of energies you'll be up against. So I've got the High Priestess, the Strength card, and the King of Pentacles showing up. And this is all indicative of like, more to come. You're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to really, face your fears. So let's say if you are camera shy, but your true calling and deep down, you've always been like, I bet you I'd make a really good creator if I could just get over my shyness, or my camera fear, or my fear of speaking, right? Maybe in the very near future, you don't have to be on camera. Maybe there's another way for you. Maybe it's a podcast, right? Maybe maybe what's stopping you from going all the way is like the setup or the marketing. There's going to be a path forward. So it's almost like you need to do some investigating so that you can bring in this King of Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles is, focused on their money, stable, nurturing, right? Generous as well. That's coming through. Traditional minded. So there might be something here. I also have the Eight of Wands just showed up. Eight of Wands. I've got the Queen of Wands. Here, we're going to take them like this, they said. So give me 1 second. I can tell you that it ends with the Six of Wands. So there's victory towards the end of this journey. When that is probably right around April 8th, like I said. But you've got the High Priestess, Strength card, King of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to have to follow your intuition. You're going to be guided down a new path. The Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords. There's this energy here of the minute that you break out of your shell, whatever that looks like for you, like the minute you put the wheels in motion, you might come across some people that might want to hold you back or might want to have judgment, especially Virgo, if you're going after something that, goes against the norm, right? King of Pentacles. If you're going against the traditional norms and you are broadcasting about it, while you will be very successful, because that's the energy that we're headed towards. We're heading towards the energy of expressing your individual gifts while being part of the collective and being curious about each other versus being in this Five of Wands, like bickering, competitive energy. Seven of Swords is competitive, but we'll have to clarify. Is this you standing up for what you want and following your goals and like not letting anyone stop you? Or is this someone working against you? Because you've got a lot of eyes on you, right? Queen of Wands. Eight of Wands. This is a lot of desire and passion. And finally, it's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I can't live one more day like this. And whatever this is for you, you know, it might not be so bad for somebody else, but this is energy of like, you're going further. You're going to finally do it. You've had this idea in your head for a while, whatever it is. Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment. Following your passions and doing the thing, whatever that is for you, is going to allow you more ease in life. It's going to allow you abundance and success. And it's also your true calling. So you're being called to do whatever. And, you know, this isn't something woo-woo. This is true. Like, this is just the energy that we're experiencing in the atmosphere. You know, we are ruled by the planets. We really are. And if you have any doubt about that, think about the moon, how it affects the water. Think about the fact that you are 90% water. Are you telling me that the moon can rule the water and the oceans but has no effect on you? That doesn't make sense, right? So I feel like while you may know this, because clearly you're watching this channel, you have the understanding that we're energetic beings. However, the collective comes to that understanding as well. So this is a really good time to have that, you know, cosmic support to, you know, to move on from something difficult. So this is the Ten of Swords coming through with, and the Strength card is clarifying the Strength card. I feel like you're really going to be tested, you know, Virgo, like you're going to be at a crossroads this eclipse season with your finances, with your life. Something might actually happen that puts you in a perspective of, I have to move now. So this is not to create fear, because it is about perception. If you perceive this moment of needing to make a decision as something negative, more negative comes. But if you can greet it with ease to the best of your ability, because it might be a real shakeup. I say that because we've got Strength clarifying Strength. And this is Major Arcana energy coming out twice. This says something to me like you're really holding yourself back. And I said this in another reading. I can't remember if it was Pisces, but there's this feeling of jumping out of a plane, right? And if you can imagine that you're going tandem with your spirit guide, and your spirit guide's like, you ready to jump? And you're like, well, you know, I've thought about this and I don't like the outcome. There might be too many variables. And your guides are like, oh, well, yeah, I hear you, but we're going to go. And, you know, the eclipse is that energy of, you know, whether you want to jump or not, you've got a team of guides and they're pushing you. So there's something about maybe facing your demons, but you do come out on the other side according to this. Because as within, so without. This is an equally balanced scenario. It's going to be really hard to face the truth of the matter, whatever that is. You might find yourself really evaluating. It's this feeling of, I should have done more. Like, I could have done it different. I could have put more effort into it. It's almost like I'm getting that like Four of Cups energy or the Five of Cups, where it's like the past is ruling your thoughts this week. And so you got to dig deep and say, okay, now I'm getting a mulligan, a do-over. So what does that look like for me? And where am I going to put my energy? Because you really are having an end to something here. So eclipse season, again, concealed from us. So when you find yourself at a crossroads, this is indicating that that experience has served its purpose for you. And you need to remember it that way. The experience, the person, the place has served for you, right? And as long as you see it as it's serving for you, like literally think of that bad experience, bad in quotes, think of that tumultuous situation as something that served you. And I mean, look down on it like, oh, it served me. That happened for me. I know that sounds a little strange, but when you take that attitude towards something, then you have the power all of a sudden. It's like you created that situation. You have the ownership, and then you can mold it. Two of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Listen, this is a little bit of a, make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew. Try to look at everything from both sides. Maintain, you know, a neutral ground. Try to stay grounded. I see a lot of endings and beginnings happening very quickly. It's almost like rapid cycling changes. You go from, oh shit, I lost it all, to, oh my gosh, I have it all, to, is this really happening to me? That energy, right? So, you know, forgive me for using such a like, but it could be something like, oh my gosh, I get fired, and then the very next day, there is an opportunity through someone that that you are just all over, and you're like, wow, I'm glad this happened. Maybe like that. Or, there's a situation where, you have to move suddenly. Something like that. So Page of Swords, there's a conversation, something takes place, and it has you taking action and moving away from something, or even moving towards an idea. Page of Swords is inspired. They're creative. They have ideas, fresh perspective. And it's also this energy of like needing to maybe look into something, maybe investigate an idea further, like figure out how you're going to get to from point A to point B. I feel like the first half of this week, when we have that lunar eclipse, like I said, 24th or 25th, depending on when that is for you, I feel like as we have that and things start to really, like the earthquake starts, so to speak. By the way, I have to say this, I have been picking up on a more global event of potentially like an earth matter, like a shaking, a quake, something like that. So I haven't actually said that in any of my other videos that are other than for my members. I go over my premonitions with them, but this is different. This is like, I'm feeling like potentially there might be something here that might affect you or someone you know. So keep that in the back of in your mind, depending on where you live. If you do hear any forecast of potentially something that could have you evacuating your area, take note that this is not a drill. This would be time for you to move, because for some reason I'm feeling the need to say it now. So, but yeah, you are going to get some information that causes you to take rapid action and get out of a situation so that you can get yourself right into another one, right? All right, so why the Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands is very magnetic. Things come to her easily. She is attractive, has a lot of desire, and, Queen of Wands doesn't really chase anybody either. That's the other thing. She doesn't chase anybody. So she just... It's that energy of like, sit in your power, Virgo. Sit in your power. You are worthy. And even if inside you feel like, oh shit, what is happening, right? Because we get like that, all of us. All of us get like that. When that happens, you just got to play it cool and just be like, no, I got this. Fake it till you make it. It works, because you do bring about what you think about. You are a walking algorithm. Hey, the Magician card showed up. That's literally the card of you bring about what you think about. So within, so without. And I'm going to have that clarify the Queen of Wands, because that's the vibe, right? You're magnetic. And so when you put yourself in this energy of I am abundance, I am love, I am fill in the blank, you create the energy where other people go, well, shit, yeah, you are. So if you decide that you're the expert in the field, trust me, start saying you are, and you will convince others that you are. As you learn, you become the expert. People all over the world are creating the very thing you want to create because they wanted to, and they decided to study it, and they decided to fake it till we make it, right? And then next thing you know, they're making all the money, and you are still trying to look for perfection. Spirit says you've got to stop that business. You've got to go out and create the path. No one's going to do it for you, because your path is so unique, right? No one could step into your greatness. No one. And that's the way you got to think. The reason why you have to create this path is because it's yours to create. This is a universe. This is yours. So why the Seven of Swords comes through, the Lover's card. This is about choices and options ahead. Gemini energy. I did get this ping just now that some of you, in order to pursue your dream or your gift, are going to have a very real conversation with a partner that you're currently involved with. Your passion may cause you to want to travel more or move away from a situation. And so that might be an energy that you have to revisit with the people in your family, or the people in your day-to-day world is coming out. So there's something there. And I feel, though, that the moment you start expressing your desires and what it is that you want, while this will put you at a crossroads, it's important that you have the conversations, because ultimately you're being called to respond. So no matter which way you slice it, you're going to make the next steps to do the thing. But this is about how do you handle that energy when it happens. So The independence comes by making strides to move ahead. And I had, and like just being confident, right? And here we go back to the fire guardian, following your passions. And as you've grown, your resonance, your vibration has changed, right? So you're not the same person anymore, and it's okay to figure out what's going to serve you next. 6 of Cups, Star card, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Like here, this is a situation where you really are outgrowing the people around you, right? The 6 of Cups, this could be about opportunity, right? Really just someone saying to you, hey, look, I can see your vision and I know someone that can help you, that type of vibe. But also 6 of Cups can just be about maybe the past coming to greet you again, past ideas. Sometimes people see this as past lovers, an old friend, like a neighborhood friend. This could be an old thing that you like, but it's coming through with the 4 of Pentacles. So this could be, let me look at it, because then I've got the Star card and the Queen of Pentacles. I gotta be honest, I feel like this glow up moment that you're having and the path that you take is just gonna have other people like in awe of you, but it is gonna shift your relationships. That's the best thing I can say. Like, you get so focused on what it is that you need to do to build your empire, right? And again, don't compare yourself to other people. That's not the thing. There's no comparison, there's no competition. It's get curious, learn, and do, right? Repeat, get curious, learn, and do. And just keep going, because when you enjoy what you do, if you make a mistake, it's like, you laugh it off, right? There's not that pressure there of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get fired, or this is, your money flow and mindset, your money mindset changes. That's what it is. Your money mindset changes. And it kind of goes like maybe from always relying on others and having to be in this like penny pinching era, right? It's almost like you went through that phase, and it was a phase. You're not destined to live this life of paycheck to paycheck or wondering where things are going to pan out or how that's going to happen, Virgo. This is very much like in the past, maybe you had to rely on friends and family and all that to get you through. But then it's like this happens, this turning of the wheel, right? And you're like, you get the inspiration, the aha moment, and you become the star, right? You've been wanting something different for yourself, and then opportunity shows up and you take advantage. Queen of Pentacles, right? You're focused on your money, and your money's focused on you, because what you want it because it wants you. You have to remember that. Everything's happening now. Like it or not, we're in a quantum reality, and once you understand that, then the rest of it starts to become real easy. But for the purposes of this reading, be aware. You bring about what you think about. And so the more you tell yourself, like, why do you think, like, if you're not comfortable believing the I am statements that come out, because a lot of people can't manifest that way, you have to believe it to achieve it. So if you are sitting in front of a pile of bills, for example, or a pile of anything, and you're saying to yourself, I am rich, that doesn't come across. Your body goes, no, I see the evidence that you're not. However, you trick yourself. Why am I so rich? Why does everything work out for me? And your brain will look at the pile of shenanigans in front of you and say, well, why are you so rich? Because you do have all these things that must be rich. And it's like you can trick your algorithm into believing that you're rich. And then in a month after doing that, you say, I am rich. And you are. You believe it. And then the things in front of you become evidence that you're rich, not evidence of anything else. Maybe your brain starts to believe you have all these bills because you have the ability to have the experiences to create the debt to begin with, right? How did you get out of the house? How did you get up? How did you get to the place? You drove there, you took MTA, it doesn't matter. However you got there, it's a blessing. So the idea that you can create a bill, I know it doesn't sound wonderful, just lean into it. The idea that you're even alive to create the bill is a blessing. So you start seeing it that way, you start seeing it as blessings, more blessings come. Step 1. I've got number 24, Queen of My World. This has come up so many times this week. This came up for the water signs as well. There's energy here. You got to own it, right? The Strength card. Look your demons in the face. Her hand is in the lion's mouth as if to say, no matter what, I tame you. No matter what. So those bills, the fear, the people, the naysayers, the anxiety, put your hand in it. Put your hand in it and own it, right? You are the queen. You are the king. You are the creator, the manipulator, the manipulator of your world, not of anybody else's, right? There isn't a thing you can't do for yourself. It's when you believe that you have to do it for other people, or when you perceive other people are doing something to impede on your greatness, then your energy gets all tangled out there in woo-woo world with other people. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Who knows what they're doing? Pull your energy and your power back in and focus on your divine dime, right? Focus on your divine dime. Focus. Oh, did you see that, y'all? Transforming empathic absorptions. Hell yeah. I almost said it, but not quite this way. Remember when I said a minute ago, you're wrapping up your energies in other people and you don't want that. This is basically transforming your absorptions and your perceptions of responsibility in other people's world, right? That, you know, for example, this is their lane, this is your lane, you know, stay in your lane, bottom line, right? You don't want yourself being wrapped up into others because you're not part of their divine dime. You're not part of their vision. You have to create for yourself in this universe. So get creative, get out there, keep going, don't stop. Things are going to come up for revision right around the 1st. Clarity comes after the 8th, but as we approach, because depending on when you're watching this, it's already been the equinox, maybe the lunar eclipse has already happened. Things are in motion. These are, I have to say it, fated events. The best thing you can do for yourself during this time is to know that it has to happen for you, not to you, for you. It's a blessing. And when you can ask for ease from the universe, from spirit, from whoever, during this time of transition, because there's nothing you can do to, you know, to change the outcome in this eclipse season. Every 6 months, it's that way. Ask for ease. That way, when things happen, you greet it from at worst, a place of neutrality instead of, and actually that's your best case scenario, because the harder, you know, the taller you are, the harder you fall. So being at either extreme of the energetic spectrum can be harmful for you in the long run. So try to stay balanced in the middle, look at things from all perspectives, find the silver lining during this time, and know that just in a week, 2 weeks from now, it all starts to make sense and your life changes this month. Then between April and August, everything unfolds in the most beautiful way, and you have a brand new life ahead of you. All right, Virgo, comment below. Let me know how you're experiencing this eclipse season and what your feelings are about your year ahead. And remember that we are just stars from the sky with feet on the ground. We're all doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. And until next week, Virgo, shine brightly and have a great week ahead.